I think in sales, one of the most critical thing is for you to have a good mentor,
Right.
especially if you're not very experienced,
Mm.
because you're bound to make mistakes,
Mm.
right? Now, what a mentor does is that he passes his experience to you, right? So when you hit a scenario where that your mentor has already gone through, right? You know how to tackle that situation.
Mm.
But if you don't have a mentor who's consistently coaching you, at least in your initial phases of your sales career, and if the mentor is not good enough or strong enough with his basic foundation and principles of sales, I think you will struggle.
Mm.
I'm not saying you can't be successful. It'll just be a slightly more harder, right?
And more
But
time.
you have to learn from your own experience, which
Correct.
means that you will commit those mistakes and
Right.
you'll learn from there.
Mm.
So fortunately for me, when I got into App Dynamics, I had a set of very good mentors,
Okay.
and they've guided me through the entire path, right? With respect to understanding how customers behave, how the psyche of customer is, what is the kind of psyche you need to cope with your customer's mindset or the situations or circumstances that they present to you, right? I think the mentors I had were phenomenal, and I still feel indebted to them. Very good relationship with them even today.
Can you think of like at least one or two instances where you've felt like I've found the right mentor?
Yeah, I mean there are hundreds of
Okay. Now,
yeah. So,
let's take instance. I'm not talking about people. I'm talking about instance.
yeah, I'm talking about instance.
Right, right,
What
right.
happens is sales is not an easy job to begin with.
Mm.
Right? You are going to have your ups, you're going to have your downs. There are people who are going to catch you by a collar and interrogate your sorts,
Right,
right? Based on
right.
what you've done right or wrong,
Mm.
right? At that point in time, you'd always look for a feedback, right? You'd always look for somebody who can tell you, hey, what are you doing right? What are
Mm.
you doing wrong? Or
Mm.
what are the things that you need to change, right? To be in a position to adopt to the current situation. And that I think that is a part of the experience, right? Experience is not about how many years you've been in the industry, right? Experience is about how much have you learned in the given frame of time that you've worked in the industry,
Mm.
and how deep and vast is your experience. How many unique situations or circumstances have you already hit,
Right.
right? That you have overcome over a period of time, right? Some people take 20 years and they still don't get there. They've not come across the wrath of being in sales,
Mm.
right? But there are some people who, at a very early stage of the career itself, are exposed to so many circumstances, scenarios, tough situations that they have to deal with, and they have to muscle their way out,
Mm.
right?
Mm.
And I think that at that point in time, if you have a good mentor, especially like I said in the initial stages of your sales career, that they're just pouring out their 20 years of experience to you in a platter,
Mm.
and that is so helpful, especially
Right.
when you rock bottom and you think that, hey, you know what, I don't think if I have it in me to move any further,
Mm.
or you start questioning your skills, your capabilities, your ability as a sales guy,
Mm.
these guys can make a difference because they've when they were hiring you, they saw something in you to
Right.
begin with, right?
Mm.
Otherwise you wouldn't be hired,
Mm.
right? And if they're seeing something in you, they also know how to extract the potential out of it,
Right.
and they'll help you, they'll ease the way out for you. And at least in my career, I've come across quite a few phases of that, and fortunately at each of those phases I've had a couple of good mentors whom I reach out to, and they've always helped me navigate the way.